Hi. If you've ever wondered whether God exists, whether life has purpose, whether beauty is in the eye of the beholder, what makes actions right or wrong, or whether a law is fair or just, then you've thought about philosophy. And these are just a few philosophical topics. But what is philosophy? Philosophy is the study of fundamental questions concerning existence, knowledge, values, reason, mind, and language. The word philosophy originates from the Latin philosophia, which is itself derived from the Greek words philo, meaning love, and sophia, meaning wisdom. There are 11 philosophers in the philosophy: Socrates, Plato, St. Augustine, René Descartes, John Locke, David Hume, Immanuel Kant, Sigmund Freud, Gilbert Ryle, Paul Churchland, and Maurice Merleau-Ponty. Socrates was a Greek philosopher and is considered the primary source of Western thought because he could neither read nor write. Much of what we know of his life was recorded by his students Plato and Xenophon. His Socratic method laid the groundwork for Western systems of logic and philosophy, delivering a belief that through the act of questioning, the mind can manage to find truth. Socrates believed that philosophy should achieve practical results for the greater well-being of society. He emphasized the idea that the more a person knows, the greater his or her ability to reason and make choices that will bring true happiness. Plato is a really smart thinker from ancient Greece. He was born around 428 BC in Athens. He learned from Socrates, another famous thinker who loved to ask questions. Plato really liked what Socrates taught him and wanted to keep his ideas alive. He started a school called the Academy, where he taught for a long time. Plato wrote about things like perfect ideas, fairness, and what our souls are like. His most famous books are called The Republic and The Symposium. Plato's ideas are still important today, even though he lived a long time ago. St. Augustine of Hippo, a key Latin father and doctor of the Church, deeply influenced Christian theology by integrating Platonic concepts. He emphasized the soul's immaterial connection to God, valuing self-awareness and the unity of body and soul. Augustine believed the soul could grasp higher truths through reason and urged to focus on spiritual over material concerns. His major works shaped both medieval and modern Christian thought. René Descartes was a French philosopher, mathematician, and scientist famous for the phrase cogito, ergo sum, I think, therefore I am. He made significant contributions to the scientific method and developed Cartesian geometry, shaping philosophical debates through his ideas on dualism. Descartes spent much of his life in the Dutch Republic and died in Sweden in 1650. John Locke, the father of liberalism, advocated for natural rights and influenced modern democracy. His theory of knowledge, based on experience, significantly influenced Thomas Jefferson and the U.S. Constitution. David Hume, a Scottish philosopher, questioned religion and knowledge, focusing on experience and thought. His influential ideas continue to influence philosophy today. Immanuel Kant, a German philosopher, significantly influenced philosophy, epistemology, ethics, and aesthetics, proposing transcendental idealism and the categorical imperative for morality derived from rationality. Sigmund Freud, the founder of psychoanalysis, proposed that unconscious desires and childhood conflicts influence human behavior. He introduced concepts like the id, ego, and superego, and developed psychosexual development theory. Gilbert Ryle, a British philosopher, criticized Cartesian dualism and advocated for a behaviorist perspective, suggesting that mental states are shown through observable behaviors. His ideas had a significant impact on 20th century philosophy, especially in the philosophy of mind and ordinary language philosophy. Paul Churchland, a Canadian philosopher, focuses on the philosophy of mind and neurophilosophy. He advocates for eliminative materialism, questioning conventional notions of consciousness, and emphasizes the need to integrate philosophy with neuroscience in his influential writings. Maurice Merleau-Ponty, a French philosopher. He challenged traditional dualism and influenced fields like cognitive science, emphasized the connection between mind and body in his work, Perception of Perception, Psychology and Aesthetics, and was a close collaborator of Jean-Paul Sartre. Philosophy encourages us to question and recognize our ignorance. It's not solely about finding happiness. It also serves to uncomfortably remind us of the limits of our understanding.